Hi there. This is part two of this haul from was on July 26th. The first part of the haul, which you've seen already, was from the Old Strathcona Antiques Mall, which was having a sale. I talked about that in the previous video. I want to get it. This part of the haul, after I was done at that sale, I went first to I went to White Ave. The White Ave we booked in. There wasn't anything there. And I thought, you know what? No, let's just go downtown because I wanted to get to Rolling Tales Pop Culture for its last day of having a physical storefront. Unfortunately, it had to. The owner Jay is having to close that storefront. He's going to continue on with a subscription model for his most loyal customers. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that or not. I don't really do the online ordering sort of thing. I sort of do. I really don't know yet. There's some things that he's already agreed to order for me that I'm going to have to pick up. But his new physical location where it is a long way away from me, and I don't drive, and it's a long way to go on transit. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. I will go get the things that he has already agreed to get for me, but I might have to get a different LCS now, something a little closer. Anyway, before I went to Rolling Tales for its last day of this physical storefront, I stopped at the Weebook Inn downtown and picked up some trades. And a couple of these were things I saw recommended that they were great stories. And the third one, the price of it was low enough. I thought, well, let's just buy it and read it. So we'll see. But first up, and this book is highly recommended by, let's see if I get it right. Comics are dope. BJ Kicks is his nickname. Sorry, man, I don't remember I don't know. Maybe BJ's actually what your real name is. I don't know. He has great videos. His knowledge is excellent, but talks really highly about this series, and it is Bitterroot, Volume 1, Family Business. So I picked that up, and I will give it a read. I actually had picked up the first issue of it previously, read that. It was interesting, but I didn't really understand where the story was going. Now, hopefully, I'll read the whole thing, this whole first volume, and be able to go from there. Now, another thing that was recommended I saw online, I forget who recommended this, I'm so sorry. I think several people recommended this, but this is, oh, look, there's something on this book. That's okay. It is The Good Asian, Volume 1. So, and this is being adapted to a TV show. I forget which company is doing it. Maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's Amazon Prime, I don't know. And then last thing, we got Joyride, Volume 1, Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, Marcus Toe, and Irma. I'm not even going to try to say that name. So, some good reading material. All picked up from Weebook Inn. I don't know where to put those. All right, I'm going to have to just... There's a lot of stuff piled up. All right, now, I have picked up a whole bunch of trades at Rolling Tales. Now, do I do this first? Or, you know what? I'm going to start with, because they're sitting over there and I don't want to forget them. I picked up a few books that I had not picked up previously. They still had Marvel Rivals, so I picked that up. And they also had the Marvel Rivals Ignite, so I wanted to get both of those because I've not seen them anywhere else anymore. They also had issue 2 of The World to Come. Some people call it controversial, but as BJ Kicks says, it's really good, and he's right. I read the first issue; it was really good. Very much looking forward to reading issue number 2. I already watched his video where he was interviewing the creator, so that I got a bit of spoilers, but it's okay. He didn't spoil everything, so I'm looking forward to that. And I already have issue number 1 of this series, but they still had this variant cover. So we got G.I. Joe, issue number 1, this variant cover of the Baroness. And that was an impulse buy. I almost picked up the DC Sonic book where Sonic is dressed as the Flash, but I restrained myself. I decided not to buy that. And it's a good thing I just didn't in the long run, but I don't know. But I picked up a whole bunch of trades while I was there as well. This one, I had looked on it. It was on the website for Rolling Tales and I'd seen it. And I was like, okay, this just looks really weird. And it says but it's volume 1, but I think there was only one volume of this. I don't think a second volume was ever created, but it is. This one's for the FOMO squad. We got Total Recall Volume 1, Life on Mars. So that was just a fun pickup, and it was only marked at $10, so it didn't cost a whole bunch. The rest of this is all great stuff I want to read for sure. I had heard about this by recommender Jerome Opeña and Matt Hollingsworth, 7 to Eternity, Volume 1, The God of Whispers. So that was something I definitely wanted to read. And they also had the second volume of Ultimate Spider-Man. I still have to read the first one. Let's see, am I going to do... Oh, and there's... The Rolling Tales also had on a second, like a lower floor on a basement, sort of a toy store in association with it, and the person who runs it in partnership, well, I think he's considered Jay's partner, but they're separate businesses. But he had some of his stuff was on sale, including toys and some other stuff that was really tempting, but I don't really have the room for it. So, but he had a box of trade paperbacks that were all marked at half price. And I saw these two and I had to take them. And it is The Eternals by Jack Kirby. Number 1. And number 2. Yeah, so I was like, they're still in really good shape. Yeah, so I got those for half price. The first one, it's a little dinged up, so it's not in perfect shape. But the second one's in almost perfect shape. So, yeah, those were things I was like, yes, I absolutely wanted those. He also had, he had some G.I. Joe vehicles and stuff, and I was like, I don't have room for that. I can't buy that. He had a couple of signed prints done by one of the Hildebrands. And there was 2 different ones. They were marked at $100 a piece, I think. And that was and half price of that. And I was really considering it, but I don't have anywhere really to put it. I mean, I'd maybe find a place to put it, but I figured let's leave that for somebody who really can buy it, reframe it, because the frames they were in were kind of old, and protect it better than I could. So, all right. Now, the last trade I picked up. This one, everyone talks about this as being an amazing series, and it was a Will Eisner nominee for Best New Series and Best Writer. And this is by Mark Russell and Roberto Meli. I hope I'm saying that right. And this one is one that John from John's Comics with Friends talks about as being a great series. And I had the option to either buy this trade, and Jay also had an entire set of all the issues as well. I could have bought that instead, but it was marked higher than the trade, and I was trying to save a little money. So if you know anything about watching John's Comic with Kids, and you might have guessed what this is from a Blaze, Best New Series and Best Writer, Will Eisner nominee, Traveling to Mars by Mark Russell. So, yes, that was a great pickup. And from Eisner Award-winning writer Mark Russell, and artist Roberto Melli, I hope I'm saying that right, comes a compelling new sci-fi series. Yeah, Traveling to Mars. Well, you know what? If you want to know what Traveling to Mars is, go look on John's comic with friends. He talks about it and knows everything. I'm not gonna gush about something I haven't read yet, but I have to admit the art in here is pretty cool. So I am looking forward to reading that. All right, and that's a shorter number of stuff haul than the previous video, but I would say that was a pretty good haul. So I was happy to support Jay on his last day of his storefront being open. So picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I never figured out how to do this properly. So a whole bunch of trades from him, as well as the single issues I decided to pick up. And I had also picked up those 3 other trades from WeBookIn. All right, and that is the second part of this haul. I have a lot of reading I'm going to have to do. But I don't know when I'm going to get to those because I still have so much other stuff I have to read. All right, thank you very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I will get to reading things eventually. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that great YouTube stuff if you feel like it. I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.